commonly see get scammed and get hurt by predators. And predators can mean all sorts of things. And that's the problem I have there. Now, Dan, shifting over to the other big topic, because I know there was certainly a disagreement in the chat.
I was going to ask if you had thoughts.
Lots of thoughts on it.
Right,
look,
go.
First and foremost, if you're terminally ill and you want to do cocaine and you want to do mushrooms or whatever the hell you want to do, I have no problem with it. I don't think there's a morality issue. I'm not the morality monitor. I don't care. It does not affect me one way or the other. And I'll tell you, if I was terminally ill, I don't know what I would do. I probably wouldn't do cocaine. I never have. I don't have any intention to do it. But I would probably be very high I would probably be doing a lot of weed, a lot of gummies, depending on what it is and my pain tolerance and what's going on. And that's on me. Now, I'm not going to go out and traffic it. And this is where I have a problem with this guy, is that he's out driving around, and I do have a problem with that. But just for his personal use, or even if he had 5 ounces and he wanted to do, 10 lines a day, which I don't know, that's about 100 milligrams, give or take. You know what, man, whatever. And if you get caught with that much coke on you, but you're not trafficking it, I don't care. Now, if you are, then we have another conversation. But if you want to turn your house into a snow globe, I don't care. Doesn't bother me one bit. And I don't know, Dan. I know you have very different thoughts on drugs and all that, and we've certainly talked about that before. But just personally, for a terminally ill person, couldn't care less.
Well, I don't know that I care either if he's doing it personally. I guess where my problem is that he's caught driving around with a trafficking amount. Now, unless he can say and prove, yeah, I just got it from Big Joe over there, so I literally just picked it up, and throw Big Joe under the bus. Okay. But otherwise, I don't see a need for him to be driving around with 1,600 doses. Leave it at home.
Yeah. I mean, maybe he wants to stock up. Maybe he doesn't want to have to go out and get a lot of doses at a time.
Well, again, at that point, throw Big Joe under the bus. I guess
yeah.
That's kind of my point,
just say, listen, man, I got my Big Joe, and I had to drive by Weird Steve's house to get there, but I did. And Big Joe sold me the coke, and that's fine. And then let the chips fall where they may. Just don't be driving around high on coke.
Yeah, I mean, we all know Big Joe's the Costco of the drug world, anyways. So you're gonna buy in bulk from him. That's cool, but go there then. But he didn't, obviously, because we got to this point. So it's a matter of. It's a matter of him behaving badly. And again, from a morality standpoint, if you're truly terminal, I'm a believer in whatever it takes to medicate you. A little over a year ago, we lost Beth's dad, and we took care of him for 7 years. And in the end, we were doing whatever it took to keep him comfortable.
Sure.
And why not? I mean, we're not worried about an addiction at that point, because he's going to die. It doesn't matter.
Right.
But it doesn't give you the excuse to potentially harm others. That's
right.
Where
it's not carte blanche. It's not. Yeah.
That's where I can't go along with this situation. Again, if he'd had that amount in his house, and he was out driving around and he had enough for a couple of lines with him, well, it's a simple possession at that point, whatever.
Yeah.
But the whole situation is just incredibly fishy to me.
It is. I agree with that part. I will say this, though. Imposing fines and costs on him, I just kind of laughed at him. Like, what are you going to do if he doesn't pay it, Judge? Unless somehow they can get Judge Capper to pull him out of the ether and bring him into dungeon court. That's about the only time he's going to face any punishment going forward, I think.
Well, we'll see him in dungeon court in a few months because that's where all souls go to be judged.
Right, that's exactly.
So that's going to happen. But it probably, I would imagine, I don't know what Michigan law is, but I would imagine the court could put a lien against his estate.
I'm sure they could. They might be able to do that, but I don't know. At this point, the only thing I do think though is, I mean, at this point, why put him in prison? Just put him on house arrest. Just put him in, and that's it. I mean, there's no point putting him in prison. I think is a little bit almost bordering on cruel and unusual punishment.
It might be, but if it's a trafficking cocaine situation, I don't know what Michigan's minimum sentence guidelines are for that. But Michigan has a lot of minimum guidelines. They're like loaded with them.
Yes.
So he might not. I mean, I don't know.
I thought like Judge Elmore was a little bit harsh on him. Again, I understand the danger to the community, and I understand driving around high on coke. That part I do get. I just think that his overall tone with him, he said that he didn't care. I don't think it was a point where the guy didn't care. I mean, even up until a couple of years ago, he's operating like food truck businesses and stuff. He's obviously still out. He was still living.
Hey, thanks for watching this clip from TCF Overtime, the fourth hour of our daily live show where we discuss the happenings of the court that we saw during the day and other law news. If you liked this video, please do leave it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. Leave us a comment, let us know what you thought. You can join us live every weekday morning, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific, right here on this channel.